Oh, we're live. Hello, hello, RSC2s people. My name is Boss Rodella. I just found out we are live. Crazy, crazy. Joining me on the desk tonight, I've got Squirt, and then behind the desk producing, we've got Vigil. Squirt, how's your night going?
Hey, it's going well. I got some Panda Express here. I got some food. I'm ready to go. How about you?
I am so not ready, obviously, because I was totally expecting a couple more seconds to just figure out what was going on.
Nah, we got this. We got this.
Oh man. So, look, getting us kicked off here, we're gonna have a contender matchup though between Strange Matter and Glorious G's. These two teams score obviously sitting on the precipice of greatness. They are here in the championship, and the nerves have to be settling in. But for sure, who do you see when we look at these team stats is really jumping out to you?
Let's take a figure out where I'm at here. The first person that jumps out to me is Dusty, playing 32 games, having 159 shots, absolutely taking over the game. And then on the Strange Matter side, Nico Knee, I'm gonna just call him Nico. Having a solid 27 games and 127 shots. I feel like both these players are gonna come out swinging for their teams, and so I'm gonna be really looking for their second man, um, having to show up and on the back end and support that star player on the field as much as possible to allow them to show us what they got.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, looking at the team stats here, I want to talk a little bit about these two teams and how they've been stacking up for the season. On my end here, I've got what looks to be the wrong standings because for some reason it says 22 in 5 for Strange Matter when realistically looking at the contender page they're 35 and 13, and then the Glorious G's are 25 and 23. It looks like a potential David versus Goliath situation.
It definitely does. It definitely does. I'm trying to find the Glorious G's run on the bracket, seeing how they did. Unfortunately, it's taking a minute, but it definitely looks like the Strange Matter have the upper hand here. And Alphabet Soup are the underdogs here tonight. But every final I've casted so far has been an absolute banger, no matter the seeding, and I'm hoping for a full 7 game series here. Uh, I don't want to sweep, but if we're going to choose sides here, me being a biased Cosmos participant, I am going to have to give my vote to Strange Matter here. I'm gonna say 6. I'm gonna go 6.
Wow, the easy decision making
Easy.
to pick the team that is 35 and 13 to win in 6. For a reminder of all of you at home, they are coming into this series from the upper bracket, so they're starting out with one positive game in the series already. And as much as I want to root for the Glorious G's, they do have quite the hill to climb. They're taking on the dominant team in their tier, and they are doing so already down a game. It's going to be hard to pick them at any point, but you can never really count out a team that makes it to the finals. But we could sit here and speculate all day about who's going to take home the chip, but I think the only way we can really do so is to get into the match and see how this squares up. We'll see who we get for our starting roster. Looks like we're going to get a... Oop, why is my camera not shifting? Why can I not move anything? Getting a kickoff here. Looks like Quit Stalin putting it on target already. Nico able to clear it away. Not going to be able to say their whole name because for sure I'm going to butcher it at least a dozen times tonight. Squirt already seeing a lot of pressure going onto this orange half.
Absolutely. I think Nico here is going to try to set the tone for the match, being on the I can't remember the team name already. I'm losing things. On Strange Matter, already having a game up. They're feeling really good about themselves going into this match. So I think the first few minutes are going to be a little hectic with people getting the nerves out. You know, in the finals, everyone's got those first game nerves. Um, so I think after a minute or two, you'll see the game slow down, but definitely some hectic in the first 2 minutes.
For sure, Nico putting it towards the backboard. That's going to go wide left. Shattuck is there to keep it alive on this third. Shattuck recently won last season for their threes and contenders, so they're definitely no slouch in terms of that winner's mentality. We're going to see them collect the 100. Play it pretty patiently, gets underneath, cuts it right, can't get there for the cross to catch the goalie off guard and potentially open up the scoring. So we're going to see instead him leave it for Nico. Nico takes control, pushes it towards the corner, and with a minute and a half already being played scored, no goals being ascertained this early, it definitely looks like both teams are playing very cautious.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a big first goal, big confidence boost for whoever scores their first goal here. So I think both teams are playing kind of on their back heels, trying to play a little more defensive game so that they don't give up any, free open nets, anything like that. As we speak, we see Nico with an absolute banger in the top left, getting the first goal of the series and starting off high, honestly, as I see it. They have been on the Glorious G's side for most of the match so far. How are you feeling about that?
Well, it's really tough to keep things viable when you spend the entirety of the match playing on your defensive third. Unless you're just the greatest counterattacking team in the history of twos or Rocket League in general, you really want to be controlling the midfield and applying pressure to the opponents because eventually at really any tier, and especially towards these lower tiers, they're not going to be able to save everything. So we'll hope to see them make maybe a mentality change for the back half of this game. Otherwise, we could potentially see this go in the favor of Strange Matter for sure.
Yeah, one thing that I'm seeing Strange Matter do a lot better than Glorious G so far in this first match is control the ball. I see both Nico and Shattuck. I probably butchered his name.
No, that's right. That's pretty good.
There we go. Both of them have tried consistently to dribble the ball, and another goal here for Strange Matter by Shattuck.
Look, you may pronounce it Shattuck. I pronounce it goal scoring machine here, getting his first.
An absolute dime piece coming from this man Shattuck in the bottom left. Strange Matter's got to be feeling good about themselves. Going up 2-0 in the match and already having a game under their seats. What do you think that needs to change for Glorious G's here to kind of get back into the game?
Well, it's like I said, they need to start controlling the midfield, keeping possession with the ball. They're really hitting it as hard as they can, it looks like, shoving it down the pitch, and it's giving up possession, which is prohibiting them from establishing great shooting opportunities. That one, as I'm saying that one there could have been a viable prospect, but just a little wide, keeps them down 2-0. Opportunities abound again. It's put high. Oh, no. But for sure, at this point in time, yeah, if you're Strange Matter, you've got to be feeling pretty good. You already have one game in the series, coming from the top bracket. You're up 2-0 already in the second game, effectively. So we'll see here as they put it on the backboard if this Glorious G's team is going to be able to make a solid counter push with only a minute remaining. Nico doesn't get the touch. Shattuck pushes it downfield. Nico gets the bump on Tdeez. This bounce off backboard, Tdeez's not going to be able to follow, so Shattuck's going to be able to center this for Nico. Nico's going to come off the wall, put it backboard, that bounces favorably center. Oh, the dunk swatted away by Tdeez and keeping their team alive. This could go the opposite way. No, cut out. With 30 seconds left here scored, I don't know if there's... Never mind, there is a chance.
You spoke too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Spoke way too soon as Tdeez gets a nice touch as he side flips into the ball going left side of the net. Beautifully done. With 27 seconds left, this game is far from over. Know how many times I've choked a 2-1 lead in the last 10 seconds of a match, let alone 27 seconds.
For sure, and if they can pull it off, Tdeez's going to look like that MVP caliber player, having swatted away what would have been a 3-0 deficit, and the counterattack dunk, beautifully well played. Tdeez's in opportune position, gets the tap, but the double commit will not allow them to take the shot for the game-tying goal, and instead it will drop lifelessly here in favor of Strange Matter. Ooh. That was rough. I'm not going to lie, Squirt. There was an opportunity at the end when Tdeez elevated to take the shot. If Quit Stalin would have actually stalled just a little bit, they probably could have followed that touch, put it away, tied it up 2-2, and then forced OT.
Yeah, I mean, you're down one game already, and then you're down 2-1 and the clock's counting down. It's just nerves right there. When they both went up, they both thought they had a opportunity to score to get be the play of the game right there, and both probably called it in comms, and they both went. It happens all the time. You gotta just chalk it up to game one, even though you're down 2-0. You gotta chalk it up to just the first game. You gotta get your jitters out before the next game and come out strong if you're Glorious G's. You gotta get that first goal so that you can get some confidence back.
For sure, and especially in twos, patience plays an abundant level of, the defining characteristic of who's going to be the winner and who's going to be the loser. The person with the greatest mental who can sit back, let the play develop, and decide, hey, I'm going to wait. I'm going to let my teammate go. I'm going to wait and see how it goes. I know there's only 3 seconds left, but obviously somebody has to be there for the rebound. This is something that we're going to need to see a big change for Glorious G's, is the ability to play patiently going into game 3 here. Getting a kickoff, though. Looks like we're going to get a kickoff from Nico and Tdeez. Very favorable for Tdeez, but Shattuck's able to put this back up into the wall. Quit Stalin. Tries to play this. Gets cut out quickly by Nico. Instead, Tdeez's going to have a chance. The bump by Stalin on 1, but Stalin can't get the bump on 2, so Shattuck's going to be able to take a long-distance shot. Tries to airmail it from a different zip code, but it gets cut out here. Tdeez, the pop. Nico, weirdly playing some shadow defense. Oh, it's put into the right-hand side. Nico unable to get the touch, and Quit Stalin is able to slot this to put them up 1-0 in game 3.
Beautifully done. Like we said, they really needed to come out strong, get that first goal, get that confidence back in the game. And Quit Stalin does it for his team, and I think their confidence is back. In the first 30 seconds of the game, you see it. Their confidence is here. They're here to play, and they're not going down without a fight.
Oop. High off the backboard. Nico's going to keep it here. Looks for the bump on Tdeez. Tdeez can't get the touch. Shattuck. Oh, no. That could have been the equalizer, but instead it's going to be another opportunity here as Shattuck elevates. The demo on Stalin leaves it a 2v1 power play. Stalin. No, sorry, Tdeez able to win the 50 here. Shattuck trying to come off the wall. Can't regain very well, so we're going to see potentially some control from Nico. Split it 50. Goes in favor of Tdeez. Tdeez can turn and take the shot. Nico cuts it out, and instead we are still going to stay 1-0 here scored.
Yeah, we're seeing a kind of go back and forth, but it seems like Glorious G's have had the ball on Strange Matters half for most of this game so far, which is a big difference, different than last game where the ball was on the opposite end of the field. And here's another shot from Tdeez with an absolute great save from Nico. And it seems like that Glorious G's are having a different game here, just kind of keeping the ball in the air a little bit and floating it over the defense, which has seemed to be working so far.
Well, and they're waiting to see how the play develops. They've established some level of patience here, and it's been very beneficial. They're waiting to see these mistakes being made by Strange Matter and trying to exploit it for a goal. And it worked out already for one, and it's really kept pressure. They already have 7 shots so far in this game. Shattuck has to elevate quickly. Gets the touch, gets it past one, has control of the ball still, pops it off the backboard, gets the bump. Nico with the equalizer. 1-1, tied up with only half the game to play.
Great play by Shattuck, getting it past one defender and then going for the bump to give Nico just an absolute wide open net. Can't miss those, can't miss that. 1-1 game, 2:33 left. Oh, and as I say that, Quit Stalin takes it upon himself to get it back, to get the lead back for himself. An absolute solo play, great flick into the back of the net.
That's why you have to cheat even in twos. You have to have your second player push up because you get plays like that. That cheat so quick from Quit Stalin is, I mean, it's so hard to defend. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, you get put into those 1v1 situations. You're already on a back. I mean, talk about another 50 for Shattuck himself, getting 2-2 with 2:18 left. Oh, what a 50.
Well, and this is, we talk about how every game really matters, especially in the finals, but this game really matters for Glorious G's if they want to mount a comeback here, because they're already down 2 games. If they lose here, being down 3 is, I don't know if we have the actual statistics for it, but I don't think I've ever seen a team actually make a 3-0 comeback.
We can't even talk about other things other than the game right now. I mean, goals left and right. I mean, look at Dusty going up for an aerial top bins.
We get a kickoff here from Nico and Quit Stalin. Shattuck's going to try and beat Dusty to the ball, but gets dusted in the process. Nico elevates, beats Stalin. Nico recovers. This is going to bounce favorably. Gets the pop. Can't center it here. That center would have been beautiful. Dusty gets the wall pitch, so they're able to take control. Gets the 100. It's going to go off the backboard. Rolls up high. Nico looks for the 50 split. They get it. It's going to go all the way clear across the pitch to the other side. Shattuck gets the pop, gets the follow, but the double block actually swats it away. I'm not used to seeing it, Squirt, where you see a double commit in twos actually pay off, but that time it looked like it actually worked out.
It definitely did. Very risky, though, as Nico had a pretty wide open net. Unfortunately, sent it high there, but double commits have always scared me. Always scared me in the past, no matter where you are in the field. And look at this wide open net. Oh, not there in time.
See, that is one of those touches where you either have to put it on target from distance and take the long distance boom shot, or you need to keep control, because right there, I'm sure if they went up 4-2, they could put this game away. They could set themselves up for, really making a solid comeback. But now they're only 1 goal up, and it's going to be a very difficult play. Shattuck off the wall, gets bumped, so they're not going to be able to regain and get a second touch. Dusty putting it into the corner. Shattuck turns on it. Gets the first beat. That pops center high. Nico's nowhere to be found, so Dusty's going to get the beat. That goes into the corner, and with 20 seconds left, if Strange Matter wants to win this, they're going to have to tie it up real fast.
They got to make a play here soon. Get it on the other side of the field right now. And that clear from Dusty might do it. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, going mid. Ball is still up.
I don't think this is a viable opportunity for a comeback. It is not at all. Nico putting it down. It's difficult in any tier to expect someone to catch the ball and carry it the entire length of the pitch, but I don't know if I would bet on many people in Tendy having that level of ball control.
I agree. But coming out of this game, if you're Glorious G's, you are ecstatic. Bringing it back to a 2-1 scoreline favoring Strange Matter. You get one back, you don't go down 3-0, you're ecstatic to be in this game again. Um, you played well, you kept, kept in the game the whole time. You scored 3 goals, 10 shots. I think you are ecstatic to be back in this series.
For sure, and they definitely played it well. They really controlled the midfield. They only had to make 2 saves for the entirety of the game, and that's what you wanna see out of your team's, midfield presence. You don't wanna see them losing that goal or losing that distance and then having to play on the back foot. I mean, they had 10 shots all game. It's clear as day that they were able to shift, play a fair bit more aggressive, keep it on the opposing pitch. Now, if they can just play a little more concise with their movements and make slightly better decisions, they can blow these teams out of the water if they just make some better, like, moment to moment decisions here.
Absolutely. I think the big change that Glorious G made was that coming from what you said is that midfield game. I mean, you saw Strange Matter. It seemed like they were playing on their heels for most of that second match, where had 7 saves on 10 shots, and it just felt like they were getting pounded back to back to back. And they got some lucky, like that 50 from Shattuck was a little bit lucky, that you'll take that goal any day of the week, but you didn't really do much but just go for a 50 and it go into the net. I mean, you didn't really have a set play to get a passing play or anything like that. Beautiful demo here from Shattuck. Can you get it? Oh, close. Not quite there.
Would have been an incredible play to start the game off, but with that block, there's just not much more you can ask. Shattuck comes off the wall awkwardly, gets the first touch, can't land like a cat, lands sideways like they were dropped. Unable to get the touch here. Shattuck takes control, putting it into the corner. They're going to get the second touch. It's cut out by Quit Stalin. Desti's already up. Desti takes the shot. Blocked. Shattuck has control. Already initiating the counterattack, leaving it for Nico. Pushing it up to Shattuck. Shattuck gets the pop. That is on. No, it's high. Oh, no.
Oh, no, the double. Oh, just unbelievable.
I thought Shattuck had the best, just redirect there, but
Yeah.
what an unfortunate high miss. That is a 50 beat that's going to go bounce. It's going to bounce slightly low. Oh, Desti reads it well, able to play this, gets the opening goal. They are up 1-0, and if this goes anyway like it did last game, that's going to be very favorable for them.
Absolutely. I mean, you see from Strange Matter, both of them were in the air for that ball, or Nico was on the back wall on the other side, and Shattuck went for that 50, and unfortunately, he was the last man back, and that ball got past him.
Shattuck takes the aggressive play, goes for the touch here. Nico can't get the ball, so instead, Desti is going to get their second goal of the game already. This is a dangerous spot for Strange Matter. They're going to need to figure out how to counteract this aggression from the Glorious G's, or they are going to be in for a world of hurt this game.
Glorious G's are absolutely taking over this series so far. Stemming back from last game, they have been playing lights out, just completely different and better than Strange Matter. And Strange Matter have got to pull something together here to get something back, to get something going. I feel like they have
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but I just had a bruh because that was such a great such a great pass.
It was such a fantastic pass, and just doesn't make it into the back of the net. Quite unfortunate.
Man, this is rough.
I'm sitting here. The amount of balls that are going into the middle of the field in front of the nets are just immaculate. Oh! Was that an own goal? Did we just see an own goal?
Shattuck was able to get the pop right around the defender, who looked like they were trying to demo, but they
I thought it was an own
missed
goal.
it here. No, it was close. It was close.
Would have been devastated if that was an own goal.
But yes, even though they've been getting pounded, the amount of balls that have been launched at their third here has been incredible. They've been able to counterattack and really just go the length.
Oh no, a wide open net, Nico. Yeah, I mean, they just in a matter of what 10, 15 seconds, they put it back 2-2 score line. I mean, if you're Strange Matter and like I was saying, you got to pull something together, and they put it in my mouth, and they said, "Hey, we'll show you something." What a save!
What an absolute unit on the back line. Able to swat that away. Shattuck's going to be able to go up, gets 50'd. The big body play, putting it all the way across the pitch, but Nico is there to respond. Nico gets underneath the ball, goes for the lift, gets it over the defender, and they are now up 3-2.
What a turn of events in this game. Going down 0-2 to score 3 back to back to back.
This
This
is telling, though, score. Like, I'm looking at this Glorious Cheese team. Their aggression has been incredible, but they've now given up 3 goals to rapid counterattacks. And I don't know, when you look at a team, if you can allow yourself to be that aggressive, you have to have some tendency to at least play a little back and play some defense.
it's a give and take process. You can't be always hitting the gas. You gotta play some defensive game to stop the goals from going in. Really, I mean, if you know you can score and the goals are gonna come, you gotta play a little defensive so that you can stop the goals from going in your net. Oh, what a touch!
Shattuck, almost putting the opponents on a poster, is unable to get the push to shove it away. Quit stalling, gets the flip. Shattuck puts it high. Shattuck's not going to elevate. Oh, they are. Instead, they're going to put it back off the backboard. Quit stalling, elevates quickly. Shattuck gets the top. Goes for the half flip to get some distance. Leaves possession for Quit stalling. Quit stalling elevates. Can't get the second touch. So Nico's going to get the deep send. Destiny can't redirect this away. They're up 4-2. My man score. I don't think I would have ever predicted such an absolute flip of the script. They were down 2, now they've scored 4 unanswered goals, and this game looks to be out of reach already for the Glorious G's.
If you're Glorious G's, you gotta slow the game down. The pace of the game. Oh no. The pace of the game is just going too fast for you right now. You gotta slow down. And it seems like they're not controlling the ball anymore. They're just kind of hitting the ball to hit the ball. And you see here again, they hit it up the wall to try to, just hit it. And Shattuck's there to get another goal. 5-2 with 40 seconds left. Almost impossible, but miracles have happened in the past. Let's see if Glorious G's can make it happen.
Oh man, the aggressive push keeps them off guard. Destiny doesn't have anything really for boost, so Nico's going to be able to center this here. Stalin elevates. The long ball is going to go too high. They can't get the double. Their teammate, Destiny, there to follow and put it away. It's now 5-3, but you gotta wonder, with only 24 seconds left to go, is there a chance for the Glorious G's to bring this back?
24 seconds is definitely you have plenty of time to get one back here, let alone 2. I think they got to make something happen fast though.
For sure, but if I'm Strange Matter, all I'm going to do is shove the ball down the pitch, play some right there. Never mind, you took the words right out of my mouth. I was going to say, hey, you can't fix what isn't broke. Don't get passive in the last 30 seconds. Keep the pressure, keep the goals going, and go into this game 5. Just rock it. Because with the amount of material they've given us with 6 goals in the back, 2.5 minutes? It's just insane.
Both teams, I mean, 9 goals total in this game. The amount of offense both teams have applied is immaculate. And it just seemed like Strange Matter had that more uh, defense game in them and just allowed less goals to go in their net. I mean, what do we have? 12 shots versus 7. I mean, Strange Matter absolutely just pounded Glorious G's in the shots section.
Oh, 100%. I mean, 11 shots taken this game is something that you can't allow if you're the Glorious G's. Like, I know in twos, you're going to have a lot of offensive back and forth. Like, you're going to have a lot of teams that really just press up the pitch, keep the pace going, get a lot of shots. Like, I take a lot of shots in twos, but you cannot give up that many if you have an inkling of wanting to win your championship at all. Like, it's just not a viable option. And hopefully, Glorious G's will be able to figure this out, turn things around, um, play a little bit with more concern with what they're doing and a little bit more control, and they'll be able to actually make some plays happen instead of just trying to shove the ball all the way down the pitch.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Unfortunately, they are at do or die now. Glorious G's.
They are. It's technically 3-1 in favor of the
Yeah, it
Cosmos.
is 3-1 in favor of the Strange Matter. So it is do or die for Glorious G's here. Really got to step up that defense. And don't be so aggressive on offense. You know, take the shots when they come, but don't over don't over attack and put yourself out of position and allow a 2v1 situation for the other team or an open net for the other team. You know, don't give away free goals.
For sure, but we're getting our kickoff here. Going into game 5, this is rolling high. Shattuck's going to have an offensive opportunity, but he puts it wide left. Dusty able to take control. Gets the touch. Dusty's there for the follow. Might be able to regain and shoot it on target, but it's cut out by Shattuck. Oh no, this is a tough spot to be in if you are Strange Matter. The bump leaves them though with a 2-on-1. Shattuck plays it patient, gets underneath the ball. They see their teammate left. Teammate Nico gets the touch, keeps it alive in the corner. Nico looking for the center themselves. Can't get the touch, so Dusty is going to be able to take possession and score. It really looks like Glorious G's are on the back foot here. They had a little bit of offense to start us off, but they have really gone back to the back end of last game, where it seems that the Strange Matter team is going to be able to control the ball.
Yeah, you could definitely see it in their gameplay. I mean, I may be eating my words here again, but you can see it in their gameplay so far. Their nerves are getting to them. It's being down 3-1 in a series where it's do or die now, and you gotta score and you gotta make something happen, but you don't want to let any goals in your net because then it becomes harder for you. It's a give and take again, and you can see it's getting to the best of them.
For sure, for sure. Quit stalling in an awkward spot, not able to get underneath the ball and elevate it past the first defender. So we get a pass center. The touch by Stalin keeps alive center. Shattuck looks to redirect it back into the goal, but it's cut out. Nico centers this. This is going to go in. Oh no.
My
Destiny
goodness.
pushed too far up the pitch. Wasn't ready to turn around for that bad beat. And Nico, pulling out the protractor, gets them off the wall bounce.
An absolute mathematician himself pulling out the protractor. That was a fantastic beat for Nico. Getting his team up 1-0 in a 3-1 lead. You got to feel good about yourself here. I think you still keep putting the pressure on if you're Strange Matter. I mean, it's working. Getting shots off. Pressure's there. Keep the ball in their half. You're doing everything right. And if you're Glorious G's, you really got to start making something happen here. You can't go down. You can't go down more than 1-0 here. You got to get a goal back. You got to get something going.
Well, and pressure is best applied consistently over time. You know, if you're hemorrhaging blood, if you're bleeding out, you don't just slap the spot that's bleeding and hope it stops. You have to continuously hold down, and that's what Strange Matter are doing. They are suffocating this Glorious G's defense by relentlessly attacking their goal. And quite frankly, from what I've seen, with Nico being this well played and well manicured in their movements, it's going to pay off potentially for a chip here.
Absolutely. You saw in that. Oh, we almost had a fantastic goal from. Oh my! What a goal from Dusty. Says I'm gonna get one back here for my team. I'm gonna get us going, and he does it himself. Gets a goal back. Gets the team going, and we got a 2-1 game. I still think they're playing a little too timid for Glorious G's. I would like to see some more aggression. because it's kind of it's do or die. You got it. You put everything on the pitch. You know.
Well, that's the problem, though. They can't be too aggressive because this Strange Matter team is so fast. Their counterattacks are like lightning streaking across the pitch. And that's something you got to be careful of. That's why I was saying they really need to be more. Yes, they need to be more aggressive in just baseline attacks, but like they need to be more playing with a purpose. Their touches can't just be shoving the ball down the pitch. They can't just be giving away possession. They need to be taking control, going for flicks, going for some air shots.
Absolutely. It seems like that's what Strange Matter are doing. Their touches or their hits to the ball have a control and a purpose and something to do with the ball.
I know it's a double touch pass, and it's so great that Shattuck put it away, but I thought we were about to see Nico clip on this glorious G's defense.
I also thought Nico was going to save that from Shattuck. I thought Nico was coming off the ceiling of the net, and he was going to flip into that ball and save it for his own team.
Ooh, rough beat. This is going to go high center. Nico's there, gets the touch. It's going to go off corner, bounce down. Nico splits the 50. Shattuck can put this on if they could just take a slightly better angle from their elevation path. Instead, Quit Stalin gets the light pinch. That rolls up high. Shattuck centers this high, but Nico's there for the clear. No, Nico doesn't touch it. Shattuck, why are you going for the ball? What are you doing, buddy? No, why are you giving him a chance? Shattuck could have gone for the ball. I don't know what he's doing.
He was sitting in the net with no beans. And with a 5-1 scoreline here, Nico is just pounding the other team here with the goals back to back to back. It's looking grim for Glorious G's here.
It is. They're starting to. I know somebody said they're folding, but it really looks like it's a $5 student in a rainstorm. They are just getting obliterated here in the back half of this game. Shattuck gets the push down the pitch. And, this is kind of what it looked like on paper, right? Like, we looked at the record for these two teams, and this Strange Matter team's been dominant all season. They were 35-13 coming into tonight. And it really shows their ability to not only start off strong, but when they did take a loss, they went back to the chalkboard, saw what wasn't working, figured out what did, and now they're just applying it consistently, and it's turning into wins. It's turning into dubs.
Absolutely. It's all about how you come back from a loss. They were up. They were just probably feeling good about themselves. They were probably just kind of cruising through the game and took a loss, and they're like, all right, we got to, reset, regain, go back to what we know. And I completely agree. With 8 seconds left here, Shattuck's going to add another one to the score line with style.
Shattuck gets the goal here. It just seems like you're just putting gravy on at this point. They're up 6-1. They've got the chip. They know it's theirs. This is going to give them their 4th dub. And with 3 seconds left, I really wonder if they're just going to let it. Yep, they're just going to let it go. Quit Stalin. Why would you put it back up high center? There was a chance for Brazil. That's scary. I don't understand. Anywho, incredible win for Strange Matter, capping off an incredible season. The first place team getting their championship proverbial rings, and for sure, all the love for both Shattuck and Nico. I don't. Score, if you had to pick an MVP from these two players, who are you taking right now?
I'm taking Nico. Throughout all of the games tonight, he was always there on defense and on offense. I think you saw him make some spectacular saves, as well as set his teammate up for some spectacular goals. So he was doing everything from passing to saving to scoring. He was doing all 3 things that you need to win. And I think he just played spectacular.
For sure, for sure. And I think I have to agree with you. Nico's been every bit the player their team has need every step of the way, and they have executed perfectly. So for sure, I would say Nico is quite frankly who I would pick for an MVP. I just heard somebody join our chat.
Speaking of the MVP, Nico has joined our chat for an interview. How are you doing tonight, Nico?
I'm good. Like, I'm
How
kind of riding the wave. That was a little stressful.
how did you feel throughout the matches? You know, going up 1-0 before the matches even start is definitely a confidence booster. Is that what you saw in the vibes in the comms before the matches?
100%, but we kind of went into it with the mindset of, yeah, we had the advantage, but they were the team that has given us some of the most struggle leading up to this point. So, like, we were still a little on edge because we didn't know how the night would go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, was there anything that you saw, you know, after you lost that third game? And did you like going back to the drawing boards, what did you do differently to kind of come back at that next game and just dominate and win the next two?
We just honestly said we got to slow down, and it really worked in our favor, just waiting for the game to come to us rather than chasing after it.
Nice.
Absolutely. But
Oh, buddy, you got to let me at least ask one
uh,
question
nah,
here.
I was
Going for the three piece. Holy cow! Uh,
Go ahead.
Nico, you played fantastic tonight, first and foremost. So
Thank you.
congratulations on your chip there. But I just wanted to say, so obviously, yes, you came in tonight. You started off one matchup. At what point in time, though, did you believe in the series? Like, hey, this is our chip for the taking. We really have them outclassed. Like, we're getting that ring. When did it really kick in for you?
Um, I mean, I'm pretty confident in all of our abilities, but I consciously stayed away from the mindset of we had this in the bag because that's easy to get in your head, and that's when you make mistakes. So I just kind of went into it with like, we could still lose this.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, score. Where's your? Well, you want to go with the next question here?
I think I was running out of questions. But you definitely said it well yourself. And not getting ahead of yourself and saying the we got this in the bag already. This game's won. And it making you cause mistakes. But I think I am out of questions, and I just want to say congratulations, boss. You got anything left?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything going on here. There's not a whole lot to really talk about outside
I
of
have a question.
Oh,
all right,
Vigil, our
Mr. Really
producer
loud
coming.
producer. Holy cow.
Um, well, first let's hope that everybody on stream can hear me because I just did some weird audio stuff to be able to interject. But people on stream, if this is just silence, oh well, maybe they can't hear me. Okay, so Nico, I feel like it wouldn't be fair to your teammate if we didn't ask you, like talk to us about Shattuck. Like, what kind of influence have they had throughout this season, and throughout the grand finals as well? Like, what what is it about them that helped you guys win a championship tonight?
Honestly, Shattuck is one of the best teammates. He is super chill, and he's like, just stay focused. He doesn't let anything get to him, and he just tries to focus on kind of keeping a positive idea of what we did well. Like, just really great dude to be around.
That is good to hear. And to now end, because I have got my question in place, to now end the interview. One last final thing. Um, any shout outs, to your org, to your GM, your AGM, to everybody who's been watching you, to, the GOAT producer, Vigil, and the casters on the stream today? Like, any shout outs
Wow.
you want to make, your parents, your friends, your family, your goldfish parents, uh, anything, go for it.
I want to shout out to my wife. Uh, she's just been so nice and supportive of me doing this. And also Rob for kind of coaching me mid-season and pointing out anything that really just streamlined my gameplay and helped me win this.
You gave them an opportunity to shout out Rob. What are you
Yeah,
doing?
Vigil, what are you doing?
Well,
Oh
I, I
no.
I I was gonna say he had the option to shout out his goldfish, but he went for his wife. So fair enough.
She.
Anyways, I will go back to
She.
my corner now and mute, but just wanted to ask some stuff. And great performance again from your team, yourself, Nico, Shattuck, and Vigil again from a production standpoint. All right.
Wow.
Well, Nico, congratulations again on the ship. I don't believe we have any other questions, so you are free to go celebrate with your team and enjoy it.